Good morning and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for our next installment of Dalvinus Education through Dalvinus Pro. Today, we are so excited to have Isabelle Lachance with us all the way from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and she has a creative cut that she is going to be doing for all of you today. So sit back, relax, enjoy. Couple of housekeeping things for you. If you have questions for Isabelle, if you could please type those into the chat, as we are going to have upwards of 50 people on here today. I will be monitoring the chat for you, and I will ask your questions to Isabelle. And I think that is it for now. So enjoy the next hour and a half with Isabelle, and I'm going to turn it over to you. Have a great class.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Judy. So, hi, everybody. Like Judy said, I'm Isabelle Lachance from Montreal. I'm very happy to be with all of you today with this beautiful spring day with the beautiful sun. So, I'm very, very happy to be with you and to do my last class for the spring moment. So first I would like to go to the virtual class code, but honestly, Judy explained everything really perfectly, better than me, though. So that's perfect. So for the question, like she said, just tap in the box or the chat, and we will answer to you after. And then just make sure that all your device is charged enough to be able to assist to all the virtual class. So that's it for the class code. So we will go a little bit with the haircut that I will do. So, but before I will go to the PowerPoint, I would like to show you the haircut that we will do today. So this is the cut. I don't know if you see it correctly. So this is the cut that we will do today. It's going to be a beautiful mix with a shag, a little bit of shag, because we still have shag right now. It's still in the trend, but it's going to be a little quick with the square line on the side. It's going to be layer. It's going to be a beautiful mix. We will work only with layers today. So it's going to be a square to triangle layers at the back. On the top is going to be a round to triangle again on the top. We will have two zones. And with the I will explain you the numerical system that's going to be really easy to do. So it's creative, it's interesting, it's in the trend right now, but let me know, I can tell you it's going to be really simple to do also. I think it's important when we're doing client to have a technique that is going to be efficient, quick, with a very beautiful beautiful, not quick, but a beautiful, how can I say that? Wow, a beautiful wow. That's it. So now if we're going to the PowerPoint, we will think about the contributing factors, because like I said, the technique that we will work today is going to be layers. There is no graduation, there is no line, but just the cutting line at the end. But the technique that I'm using is because I want to have movement and different layers. So of course we will have the starting point. With this haircut I will start in the back, but I think it's really important when you're doing geometric haircut to change and have the impact where you want to and to start with the place that you want to have your impact first. Sectioning, I will talk about it while I will do the haircut. So the sectioning, cutting angle, we will talk about over direction and elevation while we will do the haircut. Direct and indirect angle also, and the tension. So all those points will be important, but I will explain you while I will explain the haircut. Scissors dexterity, I will talk about it also, sectioning, hand position, body position, because we have to think about the body position who have an impact of the final result, but also the body position has an impact in our career. I will talk about it just a little bit because I would like to talk more about the haircut, but we will have a little overview of all that and also the hand position. So like I said, we will talk about tension, cutting angle. So I'm just explaining the words right now, but all will make place while we will do the haircut. And all that, it's really important because we're talking about face shape, head shape. Also, we have body type, hair texture. So all those things are really important to think about it because I know that some hairdresser just see the haircut if it's beautiful. We see that the haircut is amazing, is beautiful, but not doesn't really fit to the person. So this is one of the most important thing, and we will talk about it a little bit also. So it's bring me to talk to you about beauty. Beauty is our responsibility as a hairdresser to make sure that all our clients are leaving the chair more beautiful than when they enter our room. So it depending the shape, the color, and all, and it fits with the clients. So and for the final, I will. This is the diagram of the haircut that we will do. So I don't know if you want to take a screenshot of the diagram right now. It looks complicated. It's just because I'm explaining everything on the diagram. So you have the zone of the perimeter, who is a vertical section, and on the top is going to be a horizontal section because I will be on the side of my mannequin. That's why it's going to be horizontal when I will take my section. But I can tell you it's going to be really simple. Now you have the front diagram, and we have back and the top zone. We have the diagram. So like I said, if you want to take a screenshot of the diagram, just let me know. We can go maybe a little bit longer of the diagram. I will show you the first one. Okay, now I will start what I love the more in my life, which is kissing my husband, of course, but also cutting hair. So I will start with my. I don't know if you understand what I said because he's speaking French. So j'ai dit que j'aimais embrasser mon mari, ce que j'aimais le plus, et maintenant couper des cheveux. So just a bit of translation. Okay, so like I said, I will start with my first zone. I'm just going to put a little bit of day-day, and the day-day is really, really important when you're doing a haircut. If you are Davines, I'm sure you already know the day-day, but also we will, I like also working with the all-in-one milk, but the day-day is really, really soft, so it goes with all the type of hair. But it's really important for two things. The first one is gonna help to keep your hair really hydrating while the haircut, so your hair will stay more wet when you're doing your haircut. But also it's gonna prepare the hair to receive a beautiful blow dry after your haircut. So, and it's gonna help you also, I think it's really important, to keep your section really clean. For me, it's an important detail to have a clean section for two things. The first one, it's gonna be more professional because it's one of our responsibility to be really professional. So it's gonna help you to be more clean. But also, when you're working with clean section, you will always have more precision in your haircut because you won't be mixed with other section, or it's going to be more clear. So for my first zone, I will just divide the top area, which is when I start to have a curvature of the head. I will just do my first zone. And I'm working on mannequin, but for me it's really, really important to always have a beautiful color. Also when I'm working with mannequin, because it's more attractive and it's more the real life. So for me, because we all have clients with colors, and of course we have some clients who doesn't have colors, but I think it's really rare. Okay, so my first section on the top. Okay, I just want to make sure that my section is good for what I am looking for. Okay, and after I will divide the fringe section. So I'm just gonna put a clip right there and make sure it's really clean. Another thing really important, just put your glasses on. Okay, so I'm just gonna put my head down a little bit because I want to be more comfortable, and my body position is really important to be really straight and to be comfortable also with my hand. So I will start at the middle. Okay. I will take my first section at the back. Like I said, for this section, I really appreciate to start at the back, because that length will be the guideline for all the haircuts. So when you will have to think about your first length, will be your guide for all the haircuts. So this length is really important. Make sure that it's really straight. So I will start to work with the thin part of my comb, because I want to have a good tension. I want short hair. So I will start to work with the flat layers, which is square. So it's going to be square for all the back section. So I'm just going to start to cut. Just look at the length that I like. Okay, like that, it's good. One of the important thing when we're doing hair, when we start to cut, it's really important to analyze the length before going to the second section. Okay, so it's square. Okay, when I'm done with the first section, I just want, like I said, to analyze the length. I'm looking at the length at the end, and it's good for me. This is almost the length that I am looking for right now, and it's going to be a little bit longer when I will go on the side. So I'm coming back to my first section. I will go to the second. So my numerical system will be 1, 2 to 1, 3 to 2, 4 to 3. Okay, it's going to be 2 towards 1, 3 to 8, of course. And because what I want to have at the end is going to be a square line, or a flat layers. Okay, like I said, it's really important to have clean section to be really precise. So my section 2 will be will directing. So I will over direct to the previous, which is section number 1. I see my guideline and I'm just cutting square. And also when you're cutting square, you can go a little bit larger between your finger, because you're working on a square line, but not too much. If you have a good control and have a good tension with all your section, because the place that we have more tension of course, it's in the middle of the finger. When you're going just at the end of the finger like that, you have a little hole like this, so you have less tension. So it's really important to work with the two first knuckle to keep your tension very good. So, okay. Now I will go to the section number 3. Removing section number 1, I don't need it, so I'm just gonna always work with 2 sections at a time. So 3 to 2. Okay, I really see my guideline like that. Stay square. Like this. Okay, I will just cross check. Just see if it's square. And make sure that you're doing all the time to not doing again. So now I think that you can see how it fall, I'm sorry. Okay. And here, make sure also that because the hair is down a little bit, make sure that you just going a little bit like here. I'm just gonna remove the little bit of the triangle because now I want to have square, and because the head is down a little bit, if I'm keeping my head not too square like that, I will have a little bit of a weight line, and I don't want to have this. So make sure maybe just remove the little corner at the top. Okay, so now I am at the section number 4, so 4 to 3, or to the previous, if you prefer to talk like that. So like I said, it's just a little bit removing the corner here, just a little bit, and then come back right away to a square line. Okay, doing exactly the same. Keep the same tension. Always work with the 2 first knuckle. Okay, like I said, it's really, really simple. Okay. So I'm traveling around the head, but I will traveling until the moment that my head will start to curve just at the back right now. And at that moment, I will start to over direct to make sure that more to make sure that it's going to be really square at the back, and I want to keep more length just behind the ear. So that's going to be my last section that I'm over direct to the previous. Just put my head a little bit more straight, following the guideline. Okay, always look at the results. So right now, I will start to over direct a little bit more to keep the square line right there, to keep the square at the back. So over direct. So it's going to be 7 to 6 and 8 to 6. Okay, so I'm straight right there, like that. So it's going to be more like a box. So I am going to have a little bit of more length. So here I'm going to take the section number 8, I'm sorry, 8 again to 6. So, which is mean that I'm starting to have, like, for 2 section, a stationary guide just at the back. So it's going to be square to triangle because now I'm gaining some length and weight right there. So here it's going to be my last section that I will over direct to section number 6. Okay, like this. Make sure that it's clean. Okay, your body position again is really important to stay really balanced on your 2 feet and make sure that your back is really straight to always have a good position. So now, as you can see here, you gain a little bit of length, a little bit of weight. So it's really interesting. I like the layers that I have here. Okay, so now here you have to make a decision when you're doing your haircut. So this is my new guideline for the side. If you want to go really shorter, you will maybe start in the middle to do another length, and then this is going to be your new guideline. But here I like the length that I have here, but I will traveling because we were over direct to the section number 6, but now this section is number 9, and then I will go 9 to 10 to 11 to 12, so which is mean that I will have a little bit, it's going to be a little bit shorter than here at the front. So I will do it and you will understand. Okay, so I'm just going to go to see, and it's just behind the ear. It's not at the ear, it's starting just behind the ear, but make sure that you're not going too far because here we want to keep the length. So it's really important to just go behind the ear when the hair is starting to going up. That's going to be your first guide for the side. Okay, so I will take my last section as a guide. If you don't see your guideline, it's because you took too many hair from your first new section. So just take it again. Okay, we see the guideline here, and we cut straight. Okay, here it's good. Maybe I will go a little bit longer. Okay, so we have now section number 1. So it's 1 to 2 on the side, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So we're going from the side to the front. So now we are traveling the guide through the front section. Okay, and if you would like to keep the length here, you could go to the previous, but I like the length that I have, so I just continuing to traveling until the time that I will achieve the top, the front section, I'm sorry. Okay. I see my guideline here and just cut square layers. Okay, and your body has to following your section, so your body is traveling around the head also, because we always have the natural movement to cut from just in front of us. So if your body is not at the right place, of course, you will over direct too much or not enough. So you will have shorter or longer final result that it was maybe not what you are looking for. So now I'm going to cross check, and you can remove just a little bit of hair when it's a little bit too long, but if it's really too different or too long, you have to go back vertically and then do it again. So now I have the length that I am looking for, just right there. I forgot one piece, so I'm very sorry about that. So just see if you want to, where it's going. No, I'm gonna put it just right there to keep the length. Yeah, it's good. Okay. So now we will do the external shape after. Now we're just working in the internal shape, and then we will finish the external shape right after I'm doing the other side. Whoop. Here it's okay, make sure that it's clean. So now I'm going back to the section number 1 on the other side. And of course, not of course, but today we will do exactly the same on both sides. Make sure that your hair is always perfectly wet, and it's gonna help to have a very precise haircut. Again, I will put a little bit more day and just comb it to make sure that it's well distributed for all the sections. So I'm coming back to the section number 1, and then I will take my section number 2 on the left side, make sure that it's clean. So now I was traveling 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 to the right side, but not now on the left side. We will start again on section number 1, and it's going to be 2 to 1, 3 to 2, 4 to 3 until again I will achieve the curvature of the head. I will stay straight to have a square layers, and then I'm just gonna over direct for the two piece, the 3 section behind the ear to make sure that I will keep the length on both sides, and then traveling again. So now I have section number 2, which is over direct to section number 1. I really see, I see really clearly my guide of section number 1. So again, square line. I still lost my piece, my clip. Merci. But because of the day, it's good because it stay on the top. And don't forget that we will remove a little bit of the little triangle, the little corner that we have on the top to make sure that I won't have a weight line. So it's going to be for both sides, right there. So it's going to be really fluid together. So now section number 3. Again, numerical system, it's 3 to 2. So I'm combing. My comb is always following my numerical system, which is mean that it's 3 to 2. So I'm combing section number 3 to section number 2. If you are not familiar with the numerical system, just remember that on both sides, you always have to comb from your new section to the guide. So that's going to help you to understand this way. So make sure that you always straight and relax also, because when we have to work with a little bit over the shoulder, make sure that you always be concentrated to keep your two shoulder as low as you can. So make sure that you're not going too high. So if, like here, I'm taking section number 4, I'm just gonna move a little bit like that. Is it okay for the camera like that? Yeah, here. So again, okay, I'm not too high with my elbow. Okay, normally I would be really behind my section, but because of the camera, right now I'm a little bit on the side to make sure that you really see clearly the section. But normally I would be really behind my section, but because this way I could go a little bit longer, because I'm not combing the section just in front of me. But it's really important that you see the guide right now. So now section number 5 to 4. Don't put your elbow too high. Really straight at the top. Of course, when we're working behind, with the mirror, that will help a lot to see if my finger angle is good. But if you're like right now, I don't have mirrors, so I really have to be concentrated and look at my finger to make sure that I have the good finger angle. So here it's going a little bit longer, so I'm just gonna take again just the corner here, like I said, just removing the top corner. Right there, yeah, it's better. Okay, so again, taking last one like this and taking horizontal section really straight. Okay, so 6 to 5, 7 to 6, I'm sorry. And after it's gonna be 8 to 6 and 9 to 6. Okay. Next one, I will keep the box just behind. So 7 to 6 and now 8 to 6. We see the guideline here. So of course it's the same thing of the other side, but the biggest challenge for hairdresser, we have two big challenges. The first one is the timing. We always have to have a big challenge with the timing with our clients. That's why it's really important to have creativity, but with a really efficient way to make sure that it's going to be quick. And I see sometimes some hairdresser who think that because they're taking a bigger section, they're going faster, but they have so many so many finishing, I will say it like that, finishing to do after that. Finally they're taking so many time to correct the haircut, because they took because when you're taking two big section, you're creating a lot of over direction that you don't really want for your haircut right now. Not right now, but every time. Okay, so I'm just gonna look at both sides for the balance, if it's good. So like I said, I was explaining that we have two big challenges. The first one is the timing, and the second one is to balance both sides. Honestly, it's always a big challenge for every hairdresser, even if 1 year experience or 30 years experience. Not, of course, it's easier after 30 years, but it's still a challenge. So again, a little bit of day. So now, like the other side, I will take my last section that I over direct to the back as a guide. Okay, I see my guideline here, and I will cut it straight. Like I said, same thing at the other side. When the hairline is start to going up, that's going to be my guideline for the side. Like this. Is it okay? Vous pouvez me parler, hein? Okay, so make sure that you keep this length longer, but here we can go shorter. Okay, we want to keep this length. It's really important. So now section number 2 to 3. We over direct, and again the comb is following the numerical system. So I'm combing the other side. So 2 to 1. I'm sorry. 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, which is mean that I will go a little bit shorter. Just want to see something. This is what I thought. Another thing really important when you're doing your zone, make sure that your zone is at the same place to make sure that you really have a perfect balance. So make sure that here it's exactly at the same height. So now it's better. Yeah. This is really important. But it's important to correct it before you finish your haircut. It's sliding. Okay. So this is okay, so still keep the vertical section really straight, and then just following your guideline. So it is simple. Almost done for all the perimeter for the zone 1. And right now we have, like I said, it's good because the haircut is coming back in the trends. If you look at the runway right now, there's a lot of real mannequin are cutting their hair right now, and it's going to be a good thing for hairdresser, and for the one who is good in haircut, the passion of cutting hair will be good, because what is so funny and passioning when we cutting hair? Of course, color also, but it's good to mix both. So last section, I just want to measure the length right here, if it's balanced with the other side, just a little bit longer on this side. So I'm just gonna go back, remove the length. I see my guideline is a little bit longer. So this is really important to balance your both side in the internal shape before you will do your external shape. So now I see the length. Okay, much better. Yeah. Excusez. Okay, right now I'm just gonna put this up a little bit and then just gonna take the bigger side of my quelqu'un peut m'amener de l'eau s'il vous plaît et sur le comptoir là juste là. Sorry, I need some water. So now I'm just gonna cut straight. Hello. À côté du lavabo. Sorry, I'm talking too much. Merci. Sorry about that. Okay, so now coming back with the bigger size of the comb, and then just cut straight. And when I really love is when your square line is going a little bit deep at the back section. So I'm going a little bit deep. Like this. Just remove this corner also, but you could keep it. It's gonna be your own creation, but I really love when it's square and then after you have the length like this. So I found that it's really beautiful like that to see a longer square line at the side. So we're doing exactly the same on the other side. Just again, see the length to make sure that both sides will be balanced. So again, take your bigger size of the comb to make sure that you will have less tension, to have more precision. And then because I'm working with the mannequin right now and the scissors is not going inside, not inside, but you know, with the skin is going a little bit more in. So I really have to put my scissors behind and then just cut the length like this. Again, I will go a little bit deeper on the side to really see the square line. And for the color, for the people who wants to know what I did for the color, I start with a really blonde mannequin, and then I did at the root to control it. I did 932, like a big root, and then I finished with the 921 at the length and hand. And then after I wanted to have a little kick on the root, so I put just a little bit of the coral conditioner, and then just mix with a little bit of oil conditioner to make sure that it's not going to be too coral. I want it really soft, so this is what I did. And you will see the final result after, when I will do the blow dry. So now for the fringe section. Okay, all those beautiful cut has to be dry and then do the finishing touch when the blow dry is done, because of course it is two completely different fabric when you're working with on dry or wet hair. So you can't have a client and guarantee your work if you don't do a blow dry. And it's the same if you have a client who come to your salon with long hair like that and say that, okay, I will really have to do a beautiful haircut because my hair, I'm coming to each 3 months, something like that. And then and then they're coming at each 3 months and they want to have a beautiful grow hair. So if the haircut is really important for your client, you can't have movement like that to see the result of your haircut. So it's really important to cut to blow dry straight. Look at your haircut after, and then if you want to put some iron or flat iron to have movement, that's good. But you really have to see your haircut when it's dry before doing movement. So if it's important for you and your client to have a very good haircut, and because you see if the haircut, if you see the haircut, if it's you see the quality of the haircuts, not when she's leaving the salon, but when after a month or 2 months. It depends the length of the haircut. Okay, je vais y aller de même, ça va être plus beau. Yeah, better like that. So again, I will put a little bit of Day. That's gonna help me to have hydration, but also that will help me to have a beautiful and clean section. So I will cut this right after. So now I'm just gonna go behind my section because I will cut the fringe section right now. Of course, when I am at the salon and I have a mirror, it's better. Now I have no mirror, so but it's good, but it's better to work like this with a mirror. So now I will elevate my section, and I will elevate this section to my sectioning right there, here, because I will cut the fringe after. But if maybe I will, no, finally I change. I will bring up and then just 90 degree to the parallel to the head. And I want to have a short fringe, but because now we see a lot of short fringe right now. So really straight. I'm following my guideline right this. Okay, you will have to decide what's going to be the length that you are looking for. So I'm going to take all the section. I will following the head shape, which is mean that I'm following the roundness of the head shape. And I'm doing exactly the same on the other side. Okay, I have my guideline right there, and then just cut like this. And then I'm just gonna put my head up. Yeah, and then I will cut this. I'm just gonna apply the palm of my hand, and then just cut with triangle. You have to decide, do you want to go longer on the side of square? You are the artist of the haircut, so you will have to decide. But it's not only you deciding, but the face shape of your client, what your client is, if she have to wear more square to make sure that you will see more the eye like that. So same thing on the other side. You could, if you want, you could leave one side. You could keep this length here, and then to have more length here, and maybe it could be interesting if I'm doing it. I'll see after if I will removing it, but right now I will keep it. But we could cut all the fringe really short, so it depends the client that you have on your chair. So yeah, now I'm keeping it. And it's really interesting like that, because I don't know if you see it, but there's a lot of texture when you're doing this way. Okay, so now we're gonna do the top zone, and it's gonna be really, really simple. Okay, so like I said, now I will take horizontal section, and I say horizontal section because I am working on the side of my mannequin. Est-ce qu'on voit bien comme ça? Je parle à vous. Okay. So I will start at the middle. Make sure that you have the middle like this. Again, when you're working in front of a mirror, you see it more perfectly. Like this, it's good. Okay, just take a smaller section. Okay, ben je vais me tasser. So, okay, so like I said, don't take a too big section. So I am on the side. I will start at the back, and my guideline for this section is the last section at the back. So this is my guideline for the top section. So now what you have to analyze, what I will do is going to be a round layer. So I will following the head shape like this. And then if you want to have a little bit of length that is going over your fringe section right there, so you will have to go round to a little bit triangle to keep to achieve length on the front. If you want to keep all this really short section on the front and you want to you don't have to take care of this length because we want to have disconnect section, but you can following your round shape, and it's going to be just a little bit longer, and it's going to fusion and the two section will fusion all together. So you have to think what you want to have as a gold at the end, as a goal, not gold, but goal. So est-ce que c'est bien comme ça? On voit bien? Okay, so now, like I said, this is your guide for your section. Just cut. And this is really important when we're working with round section to work just one knuckle at a time, because if you're taking too much section, you always have to cut the corner that you will create. So just take a really small section at the time to really following the head shape. Right here. Est-ce que je suis bien positionnée? So again, I'm following the head shape with a little section at the time, one knuckle at the time. But here, whoops, here you have to analyze. I have this length right now, and if I'm continuing the same length, which is mean that I will have about this length. So I have to see, okay, what's going to happen here is going to sit on this section, but it's not going to be longer. If you want to go longer a little bit, you just have to go, like I said, more triangle. But the numerical system at the top, on the top here, will be 1, 2 to 1, 3 to 2, 3 1. I'm reading. 1, 2. My English sometimes is in my mouth. So 1, 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, which is mean that I will gain some length right there on the side. So you have to think about all that. The length that you will decide will make a big difference in your result. So I'm continuing right now. And if you want to make sure that you have the right, you did the right choice. You did the right choice and the right choice for your length. Just look at it. So I'm cutting one knuckle at a time, And right here, now I'm just going to achieve a little bit of length because I don't want to go too long. Okay, a little bit triangle right now, you see it. And I did a little longer, larger section because I'm working with square or triangle. So I can see right now it's a little bit longer. I like it. And if it's too long at the end, I will remove it when I will do my blow dry. So like I said, now section number 2 will be cut on section number 1. So I over direct my section to the previous. And my section 1 became to be my stationary guide for all the top zone. Okay, make sure that it's clean. You really see your guideline. And you're not over direct too much. And again, your mirror will help you when you work in front of the mirrors. That will helping you to make sure that you're not over direct too much. Okay, so now section number 3 will be cut on 1 again. So of course I will gain some length. So 3 to 1. Following the head shape. But it's easy to following right now because we really take the time to do the first guide and make sure that we were respecting the head shape and also the length that we were looking for. So the first guide is always the more crucial guide that you have to take really the time to analyze all the length, all your chooses length. After you just...
Isabelle,
Oui!
c'est Guylaine, ça va bien?
Hey, ça va bien, toi?
J'aurais pu... Non, mais tantôt, tu posais des questions, personne répondait. Puis...
Oh! C'est ça, je sais pas, j'entends rien, moi. T'as-tu une question, Guylaine?
Ouais, là, je viens d'ouvrir mon micro. Dans le fond, cette coupe-là, dans les cheveux longs, un peu pas mal, quand même plus longs, admettons, je sais pas moi, aux épaules, quelqu'un qui n'a pas le goût de les avoir, cette longueur-là, ça peut être beau quand même aussi?
OK, je vais répéter, je vais te répondre à toi, puis après, I will answer to Guylaine in French, but I will translate in English after to make sure that everybody will understand. Alors, Guylaine, si tu veux avoir plus long, ça peut être très beau aussi. La différence des longueurs va être très belle aussi. La seule chose, ce qui veut dire que ta première section ici, il faut qu'elle soit plus longue parce que c'est ton guide pour tout le reste de la coupe de cheveux. Mais tu pourrais avoir tout le reste du périmètre comme ça, avec cette même longueur-là, puis à partir de là, vraiment faire plus un triangle pour avoir plus de longueur ici, puis faire ta frange un peu plus longue aussi, là. Fait que, tu sais, il y a quelques options que tu pourrais avoir avec des différentes longueurs.
Oh, super. Parfait.
Merci, Guylaine. Je vais la répéter en anglais. So, Guylaine asked me if can I do this haircut but on a really longer hair. So, like I said, yes, you could. It could be really interesting. But if you want to have more length, it's really important to start the haircut with this length really longer to make sure that after you will have more length on the top and more length also at the perimeter, so you will have a little bit more length here, but also your square line could be really more at the jawline, something like that, or even longer. But if you're going longer, it won't be, the difference of the length will be too long, I think. So it's gonna, the longer that you can go, I think it's gonna be at the jawline. So now I'm taking, thank you very much, Guylaine.
Dans le fond, là, ce que j'ai compris, c'est que tu peux aller, mettons, le plus long, pas mal sur les côtés au menton.
Exactement, mâchoire ou menton, parce qu'après ça, la différence entre les deux longueurs d'en avant et d'en arrière va peut-être être moins jolie, en fait. La balance des deux.
Excellent. Merci.
Merci à toi. Okay, so now you have the first land here, and then now I'm going back to my section number 1. Okay, parce que j'ai pas fini à 100%. This is the result, but we will do the square line after. So I'm just going to cut the other side, and then I'll come back with the land that we already achieved on the first side. So again, the guide number 1 will be my guideline. So I comb 2 to 1. And my body is on the same side because I have more control to do short to long on this side. You could go on the other side, but no, you can't. So you really have to go to stay on the same side for the both side. But one, you have to push your new guide to the guide, and on the other side right now, on the right side, you have to pull your new guide to the guide in the center, which is guide number 1. So we're doing exactly the same, over directing, always working with one knuckle at the time for the back section to make sure that you always keep the roundness of your section, which is you're following the head shape. And then here on the top, you can go a little bit longer because we're working with triangle shape. So almost done. So which is 4 to 1. One knuckle at the time.
Isabelle, une autre question. La technique que tu fais en ce moment, comme résultat, à la fin, va donner un peu plus de rondeur.
Va donner un peu plus de
Rondeur.
présentement, en fait, c'est que je vais te montrer avec it's gonna be ça va être plus rond sur cette partie-là, mais avec le triangle que je suis en train de faire ici, ça va être plus triangle. Et étant donné que je ramène tout au centre, ça va être plus triangulaire ici aussi, donc ce qui va me donner plus de longueur en avant. So we will achieve more length in the front because we're working round at the back, but triangle on the top, even if it's horizontal or vertical. It's going to be triangle on the top. Est-ce que j'ai bien répondu à ta question?
Ben, je veux dire, sur les côtés, là, à la toute fin, comme look final, est-ce qu'on va avoir plus de rondeur?
Oui, c'est ça que je vais faire. Je vais te montrer le résultat final de la première.
Parce que souvent, ben pas souvent, là, pas tout le temps, mais souvent, on a besoin d'avoir plus de carrure pour les visages.
Mais non, ça sera pas rond. Je vais te montrer.
C'est parfait. Excellent.
Je vais juste finir. So the question is it going to be more round? Is the final result is going to be more round, but the only place that it's going to be really round, it's here. Here it's going to be round, but we achieving land here, so it's going to be more triangle, and it's not round. Here it's more square, and with the layers, we have the triangle. So tu vois, il n'y a rien de rond là. La seule place que ça, this is the only place which is really round, and this is what I am looking for because I like to have more movement here, but everything else is more triangle.
Ah, ok, ouais. Ok, super, parfait.
Merci. Okay, so now we did the top section. I'm just going to put my mannequin a little bit higher. And again, I'm just going to take my line here as a guide. Just going to cut straight. But we will come back there when we will do the blow dry. Same thing on the other side. I have my guideline underneath. Just cutting straight. And what I'm doing right now, which is the square line, you could not doing it and have more fluidity on the on the side. It could be good like that also. So now we will really see the final result with the blow dry. So I will put the oil mix with the Love Smooth to make sure that it's going to be really hydrating and control. I will mix the two products together and just make sure that I will apply the product everywhere. It's going to be well distributed everywhere. And how I will make sure that the product is really well distributed, it's when I'm comb it. So make sure that you will really distribute the product everywhere. Really, really, a really important step. Okay, so I have this connection in this haircut, and this is what I really love, because when you have this connection, after you blow dry, you can create or personalize the haircut like this. So now I will work with my blow dry. Just gonna put my, my mannequins down, and then what I am looking for is a really straight result, to make sure that it's going to be really trendy and young, because with those kind of look, if you put too many volume, it's going to look really old. So make sure that you really control the root. So look at the root. I have a very good brush. This is a Delmon brush, and you don't need to work with the round brush with those kind of line, except if you want to polish the end. So make sure that your blow dry is always down and you really control the base first. And I think that you really see the color right now. So I'm repeating, this is blonde, the 932 at the root, but I put the conditioner coral just over it, only 10 minutes, and you have a very, very beautiful result. Okay, of course I'm working with a mannequin right now, so I don't have to move that much my my blow dry, but make sure that when you're working with your client, you always move your blow dry. But this brush is amazing to have a very beautiful control and have shine. And when you're doing a beautiful blow dry, you will see the shine appear with the color. Honestly, the shine is amazing. And I think that what helped me a lot, it's because I put the oil luster. I don't know if you already work with the oil luster, but I did. I put the oil luster after I did after I put the conditioner. So I think that you really, really see the brilliance of the hair, but also the technique of the blow dry will help to achieve this beautiful brilliance. Always put a nozzle when you want to control your blow dry. I don't know if you see, but my blow dry is always down because this is where I want the final result will be with my hair. My hair will be down, so I always have to following this movement. One side, the other side, and then straight. This is the wrap dry. The wrap dry is the best technique when you don't have to have movement and no volume. And normally it's better if you are starting with a little bit of more wet hair, but because of the timing that we have today, that we have today. I didn't wet again my hair, but normally I would on when the hair is drying by themselves. We don't really have the good movement. So always start with the shortest hair of the head, because this is where we have less control. So always work, okay? En anglais ou en français? OK. Faut que je ferme le... Somebody has a question? No? No more
Yeah,
questions?
Isabelle.
Yeah?
Yeah. So this is a question from Michelle.
Okay.
She wanted to know how long to leave the liquid luster, the oil liquid luster in, and how long does it last?
Okay, so the liquid luster, you only have to wait 10 seconds. So it's really quick, fast, and it's like I said, sometimes it's like a express Botox. So that for hair, that's so you have your shine really quickly, and it stay until you wash it. So you just have to do it again in the shower. Really 10 seconds in the shower, and it's gonna be like that for all when you wash your hair. Is it? Thank you, Michelle. So, like I said, here is the most important place, that don't put too many volume here, because if it's too, if you put too volume here, it's gonna look older. So make sure that it's really, really straight there. And after, when your blow dry is perfectly do without volume, and then you will be able to put texture in your haircut. So I'm trying to do as fast as I can to make sure that you really see the beautiful result. But I think that already when I do the blow dry, I don't know if you can see the shine. It's amazing. Honestly, I'm like really impressed at each time. But like I said, the blow dry is really important also for the final result. And when I'm teaching to people for the blow dry, some people think that it's less important than the haircut, but it is as much as important of the haircut, because this is going to help you to do the finishing touch of your haircut. So if your blow dry is not perfectly due, you won't be able to do a perfect haircut, which is gonna stay for really more than a week. So the blow dry is really, really important. So right now I'm still just focusing on the base, and after I will polish the end and head, the middle hand and end. Je vais juste brancher mon fer plat. Il est branché. Okay, almost done. Like I said, I'm not as soft as when I'm doing it on client, but I am, but I'm sure that they won't tell me that it's burning right now. Okay, here at the back I have a little bit of movement because when I start my blow dry, that will my hair was dry by itself a little bit, so that's why I have a little bit of less control right here, right there. But I will just put a little bit of my flat iron to control it. But normally, if I didn't have the timing that I had today to do the haircut in front of you, I would just put a little bit of more water before doing my blow dry. So just polish the longer piece a little bit. Still doing it with my Delman brush. Okay, I will, because I have not that much time, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of flat iron because I really want you to see the perfect result, or almost the perfect result. Okay, I didn't put the iron too hot, so to make sure that I will keep the beautiful color, and it's like that for a real person also. So just a little bit of the end. Never put your flat iron at the root, never ever, because you will have mark on your hair. So really only the middle end and end, and here it's short, so only the end. So a little bit right there. So I don't know if you see the shine of the color, but it's amazing. Honestly, I love it. And now you will see the beautiful haircut after. And a little bit of the length. Like I said, only at the end, not at the root. If you have to put iron at the root, it's because your blow dry wasn't good perfectly. So a little bit here. The other side. Okay.
C'est vraiment beau avec la couleur que tu as fait.
Oh, merci. Thank you.
Ça fait une grosse différence avec la couleur que tu as fait.
Merci.
Plutôt que de garder, mettons, tout le cheveu brun comme ton autre mari. On dirait que c'est pas la même coupe.
Ben l'autre, non, l'autre est rouge. Il y a de la couleur sur l'autre, mais c'était plus foncé, la couleur.
OK. Elle est belle dans le clair.
Merci. Thank you. She said that with the color, it's really beautiful, and we really see more the shape of the haircut because of the choice of the color. but like she thought that it's brown, but it's not brown, it's red a little bit, but it's more, really more darker, so we don't see as much as the haircut that we have right now. So now, okay, we can just do a quick finish. Okay, I will take my other scissors. My scissors right there are really, really sharp, thin. So it's my favorite scissors. They're scissors from Malalong. So they are my favorite scissors to make a really perfect line. I'm doing on both sides the perfect square. I'm just gonna take the interior of the scissors to texturize a little bit, not too much, like this. I'm not closing my scissors, I'm just opening it a little bit and then just cut a little bit like that. Okay, now the fringe here is good. Okay, so you decide if you want to have, again, more texture. So I'm just, again, working with the interior of your scissors. If you want to have more big, like I will say, hole or texture, you have to put your scissors more diagonal, more close to the horizontal. But if you just want to have a little bit of texture, you put your scissors still diagonal, but a little bit more vertical. Okay, I just want to have a little bit more texture here. And then after, okay, like this, just wave like this, just going over and then cut straight. Here again, and I have short hair, so I'll do it for both sections like this. Other side, just wave where you want to remove a little bit of texture, then going really at the opposite. And I'm doing it because it's going to be softer this way. If you want to have a really big texture, just go not too high and you will have less texture, and it's going to be more less soft. A little bit of point cutting, but not too much. Here it's too long for me. Again, here also. Here also. This is where I really love to personalize, but like I said, you can't personalize a haircut without seeing all the overview. You can't stay on the haircut. You have to look at the face shape. And here, just a little bit more here. I like it like that. Yeah. So you decide if you want to keep this or you want to remove the length, or so. Okay, just gonna put a little drop again of the oil, just one for all the perimeter. Like I said, make sure that you always start with really a wet hair when you're working with short hair, because if it's drying by itself, it's gonna be harder to control the hair. So a little bit of dry texturizing. It's not the blow dry texture is not a hairspray. It's just to put texture. And even when we're working with the dry texture, with the liquid luster, we have so many brilliance again. So I love.
Est-ce que est-ce que ça alourdit le cheveu, le dernier produit que tu as mis?
Non, non, pas du tout, pas du tout. C'est vraiment juste de donner de la texture. Il est vraiment incroyable, là, ce spray-là. Là. C'est pas un spray, c'est juste pour donner de la texture. Puis ça alourdit pas du tout. So, this is the final result. Of course, you could do it really straight, but I like the way that you have texture here, and here it's more straight. But like I said, with the blow dry, make sure that here it's really, really flat, and here it's really flat also, because this is what is more sexy, more feminine, more beautiful when this is really straight and it's following the head, the face shape. And then after you can have more movement of texture, or well, depend what you are looking for. If you want to see more the fringe, you just have to remove a little bit of the long piece over. You could, I don't know, put a tress here, comment tu dis une tresse en anglais? A braid. You can play with those little piece and then just put a bobby pin. This is a really versatile haircut. Depend the choices then. So when you're starting a haircut, you have, thank you, merci beaucoup. She said that it's beautiful.
Ah, c'est vraiment beau.
Thank you. So when you start a haircut, remember the technique that you want to look at it. Is it layers? Do you want to remove weight? Is it graduation? You want to create weight? Or is it a full length or a square line or a line to have a full weight and the choices length? So, and also you have to think about the geometric shape that you are looking for. So when all the creation is a combination of all that, and make sure that you're working clean. You keep some zone for creativity, but when it's geometric, make sure that it's really precise. So I hope you've been inspiring today to create some more, because it's more a technique than just a haircut, and you will be able to put your length, your chooses length, and your own texturizing technique. So I'm very happy to be with you to be with you today. Thank you for those who are speaking French and they were listening to my beautiful English. And thank you to everybody.
It's great. It's the kinds of English I love.
My God, thank you so much. So I have so many fun today. I think it's a very beautiful spring haircut. And inspiring for the next season.
Thanks a lot, Isabelle.
Merci, Glenn. Thank you. Have a really great day, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Isabelle. It's absolutely a gorgeous cut. I hope you all enjoyed it. And yeah, it was fun to listen to you guys go back and forth in French.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, and have a really great day, everybody.
Thank
Hey,
you.
before
Bye.
everybody goes, I just wanted to let you all know that we do have some upcoming courses on Dominus Pro. So if you go out to dominuspro.com, our next course will be on May 15th with Michael Posanelli, and he will be doing creative hairstyling.
Wow.
And then our next cutting team demo will be on June 13th, and that will be a razor cut. So please go out to Dalvinus Pros, and you can register for those classes there. So thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your Monday, and we hope to see you on the next Dalvinus Pro class. Thanks, Isabelle.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.